Chapter 38, SaI Satcharita. In this chapter, Dabholkar describes how Baba would often do Annadaan, and the chapter is aptly called Baba's Handi. The other leelas described in this chapter are as follows. Nana Sahib Chandorkar once visited Shirdi along with his brother-in-law, Mr. Vinnyji. When they alighted at Kopargaon, they came to Shirdi directly instead of having darshan of Lord Datta in the temple nearby. In fact, Chandorkar dissuaded Vinnyji from stopping there, although he knew that he was devoted to Lord Dattatreya. Then they proceeded to Shirdi. As soon as Chandorkar stepped into the Dwarkamai, Baba asked him about it. Chandorkar was immediately reminded of his folly. Then Chandorkar told Baba that while he was bathing in the Godavari, a thorn pierced his foot and that it hurt a lot. Baba then says, "This is a small punishment for showing disrespect to Lord Datta." Thus, Chandorkar learns a valuable lesson. On one occasion, Dabholkar had a very satisfying meal with Baba and the other devotees. Then Baba handed him a glass of buttermilk and said, "Here, drink this, as you won't get another chance." Hearing Baba's words, Dabholkar drank it. Baba's words, however, turned out to be prophetic, as Baba took Mahasamadhi a short while later. When Baba had his afternoon meal, he sat with his back to the Nimbar, and Shama and Nimonkar served them. All the devotees and Baba sat in 2 rows and dined and had the afternoon meal. The devotees that had brought food offerings handed over the platters and waited outside for Baba's Prasad. Baba then took all the food and mixed it together. Then everyone was given Prasad from this kala or mixture. Now I will talk about Baba's Handi Prasad. Often Baba cooked Handi Prasad and distributed it to everyone. Like a mother, he looked after their needs and gently urged them to have more. He went to the bazaar himself and carefully chose all the ingredients that he needed. Then, like an ordinary human being, he higgled and haggled and brought the price down. However, when he paid the amount, he often paid much more than the price that was agreed upon. He always paid in cash. Then he cleaned all the ingredients and himself ground the spices to the right consistency. Then he placed the copper handi on the hearth and cooked delicious meals and fed everyone to their heart's content. He had 2 copper handis, a smaller one that could feed 50 people to satisfaction, and a larger handi that fed 100 people. These handis are now kept in the museum along with the jat or the grinding mill. Oftentimes he rolled up his sleeves of his kafni and churned the boiling contents around. Nonetheless, his hand was never scalded or burnt. Here, Baba is performing Annadaan and his hand is not scalded. But when he took up the karma of pulling the blacksmith's child from the furnace, his hand got burnt. Baba cooked on the chool that is in front of the small red pillar and often rested his back against it. Oftentimes, he sang softly to himself in a very melodious voice. Once Moreshwar Pradhan and his sons were alone with Baba while he was preparing handi Prasad. Soon Baba was softly singing, and it was, what should we say? Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jaya Jaya Ram. Pradhan was overwhelmed with emotion, and he laid his head on Baba's feet. As this was the Guru mantra that had been given to him by his family Guru Haribhau, and that mantra had long been neglected, and Baba reinforces and reminds him to continue chanting it. Baba often made mitha chawal, varan and pilau. Papaji Ratanamarke says that Baba deftly made 16 padari chapatis, that is, chapatis with 16 layers with the palms of his hands and without the aid of a rolling pin, and then he would fry them on the dhunimai and distribute them. After the food was cooked to his satisfaction, he carried it to Dwarkamai. Then he summoned a Maulvi to perform Fatiha. Then the consecrated food or Prasad was sent to Malsapate's and Tatya's home. Thereafter, Baba and the devotees sat in 2 rows and ate to their heart's content. Now I shall talk a little about Annadaan. The origin of Annadaan can be traced back to the Bhagavad Gita, where it says, Ananda Bhavati Bhutatani. All living bodies subsist on food grains, which are produced from rain. Rains are produced by performance of yajna or sacrifice, and yajna is born of prescribed duties. There is a lot of hidden benefits that we derive from Annadaan, namely, that is, wiping our Purva Janma Karma. This is the easiest form of dana that we can do with great benefits. Also, the satisfaction derived from seeing the face of a hungry person after having eaten is unimaginable. However, Baba says everyone feels hungry at 12 noon. So, one can do Annadaan easily. A little goes a long way. Also, Annadaan does not mean feeding only human beings. Any creature that is hungry ought to be fed, and also plants and trees should be watered and tended by providing manure. The next criteria is of feeding the disabled people who are unable to earn a livelihood. Also, feed those that are unable to cook for themselves, like students, brahmacharis, monks, and sadhus. The Shastras applaud the person doing Annadaan and talk about the worthy act. Annadanam samanadanam trilokeshu na vidhate. These are the verses from the Vedas meaning Annadaan is supreme and incomparable to any charity. Food is the basic requirement of all humans. Thus, according to the Vedas, the one who does Annadaan to devotees attains heaven, Punya Loka, in this universe, Brahmanda itself. In the whole universe, the creation and its progression depends on food. Hence, giving food to the devotees is more like attaining heaven. Donating 1,000 or 10,000 elephants and horses, donating 10 million cows, donating any number of vessels of silver and gold, donating the entire land till the sea, offering the entire services of the clan, helping in the marriage of 10 million women, all this is never equal to Annadaan, the feeding of the hungry and the needy. Give food, give food. This is what Lord Krishna advises Yudhishthir in the Bhavishya Puran, in his discourse on Danam, or the discipline of sharing. Yudhishthir asked Lord Krishna to enlighten him about the essence of Bhishma Pitamaha's erudite discourse on Dharma in the Shanti Parva of the Mahabharata. Lord Krishna says, the world, both animate and inanimate, is sustained by food. The giver of food is the giver of life and indeed of everything else. Therefore, one who is desirous of well-being in this world and beyond should make special endeavors to give food. Also, food should be offered with venerable hospitality to the old, the children, and the tired traveler. Sri Varaha says in the Varaha Puran, one who gives food gives all that is worth giving in the world. The Taittiriya Upanishad says, do not send anyone who comes to your door without offering him food and hospitality. This is the inviolable discipline of mankind. Have an abundance of food and direct all your efforts to ensure their abundance. The Ashwamedha Yajna of the Dasharathas, the Rajasuya Yajna of the Pandavas, and all the great yajnas described in the Ramayana and the Mahabharata and all other Purans testify to the importance of sharing food in abundance. Tritiya Upanishads declare, all life forces come from food, and let food be produced in plenty. A popular saying among Kailash pilgrims, Baba Ambarnath Parvani says, Bhukhe ko anna, Pyase ko paani, exhorts listeners to offer food to the hungry and water to the thirsty in the name of Lord Shiva. Among all gifts of charity, providing food to the hungry is the greatest of all gifts, as food gives life, longevity, light, and energy. Therefore, if you offer food to even an enemy who is about to kill you, the gods will be pleased and bestow their boon upon you. We can define the merit of all other charities, but even the Creator Brahma cannot describe fully the merit of gifting food. Therefore, when a guest arrives at lunch or dinner time, always offer him or her food on a leaf or a plate. There is no greater merit in the world than feeding the hungry. Even the gods appreciate this deed of regular Annadaan. Annadaan improves strength, sharpness of brain, and divinity. And this concludes the commentary on the chapter. Om Sai Ram.